Everyone just says just buy a growth ETF and your portfolio is going to be good. But here's the problem. Not all growth ETFs are built the exact same. Some are very, very heavy in tech. Some have some diversification, and one of them will quietly outperform the others over time, but nobody really talks about it and really breaking into what these ETFs actually hold when you break them out. So today's video, we're going to break down the QQQM, the SCHG, and the VUG. And by the end of this video, you're going to know if any of these ETFs deserve a spot with your money and within that portfolio. Now, most people think of diversification, they think about buying multiple ETFs. They are wrong. If you basically own all three of these ETFs in the growth portion, you're basically buying the exact same companies, just in slightly different weights within the ETFs itself. That is not a strategy. That is overlap, really disguising itself as diversification if, again, you're holding all three of these ETFs. So instead of stacking ETFs blindly, we want to focus on a very strategic plan. And we're going to be building a portfolio in the upcoming videos because I want to kind of break them down as an investor and how you should really look at these. Now, before we jump in, there's going to be a couple things that we're judging these on. Number one, performance. What is actually and who is actually driving the returns? What are their holdings? What do they really do? The expense ratio. What are you paying to hold these ETFs? And of course, the risk profile. When it comes to growth ETFs, that is something very important to look at because your returns don't matter if you can't hold on to these ETFs and you just end up liquidating during the drawdowns or the pullbacks within the market itself. So let's start with the one that I hold in my personal portfolio as my growth ETF, which is the QQQM. It is the younger, it is the cheaper version of the Invesco QQQ Trust or the QQQ ETF. And here's the key. It tracks the NASDAQ 100, which means one thing. It is basically a tech ETF. That is what you're buying when it comes to growth. Top holdings in this one, you're going to have Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon. When tech companies run like we've seen over the last couple of years with artificial intelligence, these kind of ETFs will absolutely fly. These are the ETFs that are recommended in the growth aspect that are going to outperform your VOO, that are going to outperform your VTI. But the problem is when tech drops, when we see a pullback, these are some of the ETFs that are going to be hit and really hit with those pullbacks the most. Pros of this one, historically strong performance. It has performed incredibly well since inception. Very heavy exposure to highly innovative companies and to artificial intelligence, but this one offers a much lower expense ratio than we see of the QQQ. Now, of course, the cons when it comes to growth ETFs, they're very specific, and there's a reason why we only hold a certain percent within our portfolio. They have a big concentration risk because it all is on tech, not truly diversified, and they are always highly volatile when there are downturns in the market. So if you believe that tech is going to dominate in the future like I do, this is going to be your aggressive play. When it comes to a traditional portfolio, this might be, if you're in your, let's say, 20s and 30s, it could even be 30 to 40% of your portfolio, depending how risk averse you are. If you're getting a little bit younger, or excuse me, a little bit older, let's say the 40s and 50s, you could scale this back to probably 25 to 30% of the portfolio. And even during retirement, it may make up 5-10% of your portfolio if you're still looking to get some of that growth. Now, the second ETF we look at is the SCHG. Now, this, of course, is from Charles Schwab. This one tracks large cap growth stocks, but here's the difference. It has a lot more balance than we see with the QQQM. You're still going to get some of those large names like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, but you're also going to get more exposure outside of the pure tech play, which is the reason for this one. So instead of the tech really being a rocket like we see with the QQQ, it is more like a very controlled, consistent growth engine in here. Definitely pros, a little bit less volatility than we see with the QQQ, stronger diversification within the companies and the growth, has a very low expense ratio, which I like. Cons of this, you're going to have a slightly drawn back or slightly less explosive tech upside if it's going, but this ETF itself is still very heavily influenced by tech. So this is built for the investors who want growth, but don't like the crazy roller coaster ride that we could see with that QQQ with all of the ups and downs. Then we look at the final one, which is the VUG from Vanguard. Here's where it gets very interesting. When you look at the VUG and the SCHG, they're very, very similar. They track large cap companies. They hold a majority of the exact same companies. Both of them are very low cost, but there is a difference when it comes to these two ETFs, And it comes down to the index and the methodology that are built and baked into these ETFs itself. The VUG tracks the CRISPR Growth Index. The SCHG tracks the Dow Jones Growth Index. So they are tracking two very, very different indexes that are over. And that leads to a small difference in the weighting of the companies. Not enough to justify over owning both, because these are going to be, again, kind of that overlap thing that you're going to see with these growth ETFs. So pros of these, extremely low cost. This is the reason why I do ETF investing. I don't want to go out there and I don't want to try to kind of pick and choose what ETFs, or excuse me, what stocks individually are going to perform the best. I would rather have my basket of stocks all focused on tech, all focused on growth, where you might have a lot of winners, you might have a couple losers. The offset is going to be there. Now, of course, with this one, it gives you a broader growth exposure, and it is backed by Vanguard, which we know is one of the cheapest companies there are out there when it comes to expense ratios. Now, cons of this, nearly identical to SCHG and really has a less unique positioning. If you already own that SCHG, you probably don't need and you shouldn't own the VUG, because it is going to be a big part of the overlap in here. Now, of course, when we start talking about overlap, here's the part that a majority of people really do ignore. If you're buying the QQQM, if you're buying the SCHG, if you're buying the VUG, you are really doubling and tripling down on those exact same companies. That is why when we start looking at portfolios, we broke through a lot when it came to the foundational ETFs, even the value ETFs, and now looking at the growth ETFs. Apple, in this case, is going to be in all three. Microsoft in all three. NVIDIA in all three. That's not diversification. That is a concentration risk that a lot of people are not really going to realize. So again, when we start thinking about the growth aspect in growth ETFs, you're going to choose one of these three in the portfolio. And of course, there are going to be a lot of variations. There's going to be a lot of other growth ETFs out there that you could absolutely invest in. But there is also going to be a point where in this portfolio, we are going to build an aggressive portion. So when we start thinking about the foundation, when you look at the value, when you start looking at the ETFs that we talked about today, which are focused on the growth, there's going to be a point that is going to be the aggressive portion of the portfolio, where it is going to be a lot more sector focused, and really the diversification in there is really getting laser sighted on specific ETFs. So let's simplify it. No fluff, knowing exactly which one. You want maximum growth, you want the highest risk, QQQM, there's a no-brainer. If you want balanced growth, if you want a much smoother ride in the market, it's going to be your SCHD. If you want the Vanguard version of the SCHG, that is going to be the VUG. And here's the real reason, and the thing that I want to talk about is you only need one of these. If you, and you don't need to stack them, it doesn't make you smarter, it doesn't make you any more diversified, it just makes your portfolio a lot messier when it comes to the diversification. So of course, guys, if you got any value at all out of this video, here's what to do next. We're going to break down, again, we did the foundational, we did the value. We're going to be looking at a couple more, including the aggressive ETFs in the future. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can catch all of those videos. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the content. Give it a like, share it out there so it gets out to a lot of other people, because growth alone isn't a system or isn't really a strategy. It's just one piece of the bigger portfolio, and a bigger portfolio is exactly what we're building. So of course, guys, like I said, subscribe if you're serious really about building wealth when it comes to building it, and I'll catch you in the next one.